Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakti Sattva Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakti Sattva Padumo Isavadana Padomo Visavatana Bhakti Yada Prasadeva Hi Bhavatu Iyaya Krishna Prabhi Hoya Hoite Krishna Prabhi Hoya Hoite Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitete Koyakya Harana Kuriyo Mare Asha Harana Kuriyo Mare Asha Shri Guru Charani Radhi Esi Udabhagati Ye Prasadi Buddhisara Asha He Prasadi Buddhisara Asha Chakudani Lunje Chami Chami Prabhase Divyani Devogasito Prima Bhakti Avide Avira Vinasayate Didenga Chara Charito Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Hadbata Narapado Lokena Lokera Jivada Ha Prabhu Gorodoya Deamore Parachaya Dedegan Istudrivo Bhana Shira Prabhupada Padita Pavana Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Vishnaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nityanamine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pacharine Divishesha Shunyavadi Pasyachari Sharadine Prabhupada Jai Shri Krishna Caitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jai Vishnupada Prabhamsa Prabhajacharya Sasari Shishimat His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Vishnupada Prabhamsa Prabhajacharya Sasari Shishimat His Divine Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Namacharya Haridas Thakur Ki Anand Koti Vaishnavandigi Ki Sri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Prem Sakal Sri Krishna Caitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Bhadikardar Sri Sri Gaur Bhaktivinoda Ki Sri Sri Radha Krishna Gopi Gopinath Shambhakunda Radha Kundi Girikavadana Ki Sri Vrindavan Dham Ki Mathura Dham Ki Jaganapuri Dham Ki Navadvip Dham Ki Ganga Mai Ki Yamuna Mai Ki Bhakti Devi Ki Samabhata Bhaktivinoda Ki Their Lordship Sri Sri Radha Radhanath Ki Nitai Gaur Primarande. All glorious assembled devotees. All glorious assembled devotees. All glorious assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Sri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada Ki.
Hare Krishna, and a very warm welcome to today's Sunday Love Feast program here at Sri Sri Radharadhanath Temple. A very warm welcome if you are joining us for the first time and to our online community. Dear devotees, a gentle reminder to please check that your cell phone is switched off or put onto silent for the duration of the program. To start today's program, we will now be watching a short video presentation.
So, we have got immense independence, but we are now conditioned by this body. Therefore, in the human form of life, it is an opportunity to get back our original independence. That is called Krishna consciousness, freedom. When we have got our spiritual body, without being covered by this material body, we have got our spiritual body within this material body, very small. That is my real identification. Now I am covered by two kinds of material bodies. One is called subtle body and the other is called gross body. The subtle body is made of mind, intelligence and ego, falsehood. And the gross body is made of earth, water, fire, air and ether mixed together, this body. So two kinds of body we have got. And we are changing. Generally we can see the gross body, we cannot see the subtle body. Just like everyone knows. I know that you have got your mind. I know that you have got intelligence. You know, I have got mind, I have got intelligence. But I cannot see your mind, I cannot see your intelligence. I cannot see your determination. I cannot see your thoughts, thinking, feeling and willing. Similarly, you cannot see. You see my gross body made of this earth, water, air, fire, and I can see your gross body. Therefore, when this gross body is changed and you are carried, you go away by the subtle body, and that is called death. We say, oh, my father has gone away. How do you see that your father has gone away? The body is here lying. But actually his father has gone away by the subtle body. Just like at night, we are sleeping on our nice apartment, but the subtle body takes me away on the top of a mountain. Sometimes you see I have come in dream. I have come on the top of a mountain, very high, and I am falling down. Although actually my gross body is sleeping in a nice, comfortable apartment. But the subtle body carries me. You have got daily experience. Similarly, death means this gross body will change. That's like you have got your shirt and coat. So you change the coat, but you keep your shirt. You do it, generally. Similarly, I keep my subtle body and I give up my gross body. That is called death. And I am carried by the subtle body in the womb of another mother by the laws of nature, and I develop another gross body, material supplied by the mother. And when the body is prepared, I come out of the womb of mother and I work again with that subtle and gross body. And Bhagavad Dharma means that we have to transcend both the gross and subtle body, come to the spiritual body. It is very scientific. And as soon as we come to the spiritual body, Mukta Sangha, being free from the gross and subtle body, we come to a real body, spiritual body, then actually we feel happiness and independence. So this process of Krishna consciousness is the highest benediction for the human society, because it is trying to bring the human being to the platform of spiritual body, transcending the gross and subtle material body. That is the highest perfection.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna, and once again a very warm welcome to today's Sunday Love Feast program. Today our topic for class is a very relevant topic and is titled How to Be Happy No Matter What Happens, and will be presented by His Holiness Bhakti Caitanya Swami. Maharaj doesn't need any introduction, but there are a lot of new faces here, so a little bit about Maharaj. His Holiness Bhakti Caitanya Swami is a disciple of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada and has been preaching Krishna consciousness since 1973. As an initiating spiritual master in ISKCON, he serves on the GBC and travels extensively to preach in countries like South Africa, India, and Russia. He is also an accomplished author, photographer, and filmmaker. One of his notable activities is documenting his pilgrimage to the holy land of Vrindavan, where devotees can immerse themselves in devotional activities and deepen their connection to Krishna. I would now like to hand over to His Holiness Bhakti Caitanya Swami.
Jira Daba Daba Jaya Kunjabi Hari Jaya Daba Daba Jaya Kunjabi Hari Jaya Gopi Chanabala Jaya Girivardhari Jaya Girivardhari Jaya Yashodanandana Jaya Brahmacharanjana Jaya Yamuna Nidavanachari Jaya Gunjabihari Jaya Gunjabihari Radha Jaya Gunjabihari Gomi Chanavallabha Jaya Girivardhari Jaya Girivardhari Yashodanandana Jaya Brahmacharanjana Yamuna Nidavanachari Jaya Gunjabihari Jaya Gunjabihari
His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada Ki, ISKCON's founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki, Anantakoti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki, Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki, Prem se Gahosa Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadha, Shivasati Gaura Bhaktivinoda ki, Shri Radha Krishna Gop Gopinath, Shamkund Radhakund Giri Govardhan ki, Shri Vrindavan Dham ki, Shri Mayapur Dham ki, Shri Jagannath Puri Dham ki, Shri Radha Radhanath ki, Shri Giri Govardhan ki, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki, Shri Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki, Shri Shinatai Gaur Premanande. All glories to the Decimal devotees. All glories to the Decimal devotees. All glories to the Decimal devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna devotees, how nice to be here with you all again. And thank you for coming. Wonderful to have your association. And let us begin by chanting some prayers. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarane Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadha Shivas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Yes, devotees, so our topic is how to be happy no matter what happens. Yes, in other words, no matter how bad it may get sometime, because when things are going all right, then it's all right. It's better than all right. Yes, okay, it's an important subject though. How to deal with success and, in a sense, more important, but they're just very closely connected with each other, how to deal with, you could say failure, but let's just say difficulty, because this is the material world and it's full of challenges. It's just full of challenges. It's amazing. Yes. So, how to deal with these two types of situations, you could say, good and bad, that's very important. That's very important in Krishna consciousness. And the thing is, at least one sort of very foundational principle is Krishna, Lord Krishna, is always looking over us, looking after us, and he's got his eye on us. Did you know that? He's got his eye on you. And I won't speculate what he's thinking, but I'm sure he's thinking, what's your name? Keshav. I want to see Keshav advancing, and what should we arrange to prompt him or to help him advance? And the young ladies, or the ladies rather I should say, what's your name? Dani. Rani. Oh. Well, I'm just joking, don't take it personally. If one, I won't say you, but if some lady is thinking, I am actually Rani, which I'm sure we all understand, then they sort of got a bit of a problem. Anyway, I don't doubt that you don't think yourself like that. Anyway, Hare Krishna. But Krishna is watching you. And he's been watching you for a while. Because you've been around for a while, isn't it? I can't remember how many years, but enough. So he's watching you and he's thinking, okay, this Rani, let's just have a look at her and see what she needs to do, what will help her to progress in Krishna consciousness. Seriously, I do not doubt. I mean, what can I say about how Krishna's thinking? But I don't doubt that he, from time to time or regularly, seriously thinks like that about you. And that's great. You're very fortunate. You're not just one of the forgotten souls who's just lost. Yeah, you're sort of in the group. Yeah, in his group. Your name has been put, he has put your name in his little black book. Did you know Krishna has a little black book? It may not be that little because it's got many names in it, but your name's there. And he's thinking how to help you progress. And this is actually a fact. And so he arranges, particularly for devotees who are, you could say, committed in Krishna consciousness. Of course, there are degrees of commitment, but let's just say in a broad sense, those who are basically committed in Krishna consciousness, Krishna really keeps his eyes on you all. Because I would say, so many of you at least, but definitely many of you are in that category of committed devotees, to whatever degree, but basically committed. And of course, life in this material world, when things are by everyday standards, material standards you could say, or even spiritual standards, when things are going nicely and you've got your service to do and whatever's going on in your life in Krishna consciousness, and it's going nicely and some success is there, then it's very easy, well, it's only natural to note that and think, oh yes, this life in Krishna consciousness is good, because it is. But at the same time, we don't want to become proud. Just even the materialists, what to speak of the devotees, but just the gross materialists, they have a saying, I'm sure we've all heard it before, pride comes or cometh before a fall. Have we all heard that before? You heard that before? No comment. Okay. Anyway, now you've heard it. But it's a good one because it's true. And even it's so kind of clear that even the non-devotees know that. And it's become adopted as part of the culture, a particular saying. Right, so things, you know what? Just a second. sorry. Right. Right, yes, so pride comes before a fall, or even, you could say, if you start becoming noticeably proud, then you've already started kind of, at least let us say, drifting, but, sort of falling a bit, and you're heading in that direction. So we have to be careful. Success can be more dangerous than failure or bad things, challenging situations. Because it's so easy to get enamored like that and start thinking that I am very good and see what I did and what I can do, etc., like this. But it's all going on by Krishna's mercy. That's what it's all going on by when you're successful, or even when things are not going so well. Krishna's behind it all. So there is a sort of a saying, a kind of a saying, and it goes something like this. In order for us to understand, I don't know if I should put it this way, but understand how foolish we are, you have to be quite intelligent. What do you think of that one? I made it up. I was just walking around the moat chanting, and it just came to me. I mean, I'm sure someone thought it up before too. But it's a fact. In order for us to understand our real position, which is we're in the material world and we got here because of our, let's face it, real foolishness. I mean, just real foolishness. We got here and we are remaining here on that basis. That is true. So, that sort of foolishness, to really appreciate the depth of our ignorance, you have to be intelligent enough. Otherwise you won't get it. And you'll think, oh yes, it's okay, and I'm okay, or I'm not just okay, but I'm good. Or even I am excellent. Or even I am the best. Of course that's extreme, but at least, that I'm not as bright, not as intelligent, and not as advanced as I may sometimes think I am, or even sometimes some nice devotees may say I am, just because they're nice. And Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, he who criticizes me is my friend, and he who praises me is my enemy. These are all, some words of wisdom we should consider. We should definitely consider these things. So, in order for us to understand more clearly, shall we say, what is our condition here, and the fact that we are entangled on the material level, and that is not good, and I am hurting myself in the name of thinking that I'm good. I'm hurting myself. Well, we may need to go through some different experiences. Krishna is a very deep thinker. He's not just a sort of black and white, it's either yes or it's no. But with Krishna there's so many degrees and there's so much subtlety there. So we, in order to become corrected, to the point that when things are going well and we're being successful, for example, if one is, some sort of service which there are very clear results involved, like if you're distributing books or if you're trying to raise funds, then it's very clear what is success and what is not. It's just obvious. Yes. So one has to learn how to deal with that, particularly in the sense that when success is coming, then it is not because of me being some qualified person or having some expertise. It is more like, despite me, despite me being, somewhat foolish, however somewhat, anyway, but somewhat. Despite that, Krishna gave some mercy, and so I was able to do this and that, or like this, these results came by his mercy as I was making an effort. This is progress in dealing with success or good things in Krishna conscious ways. At least we're sort of making some steps forward to attribute those things to Lord Krishna and his mercy, because, and a very important reason, because it's true. It is actually the fact. It is the fact that it's by Krishna's grace. And my contribution is not my expertise, my super intelligence, super duper. In Russia, they have a version of super duper. Here's a little Russian culture for you. They don't say super duper, and we have a Russian here, he can confirm. You know what they say? Super pooper. I'm not joking. I am serious. I spend so much time. Am I right? See, he admitted it. Wow, super pooper. Excuse me if that sounded rude. But the thing is, we may have some success, and that's good. That's very good. If we helped spread Prabhupada's movement at least a bit in some way or other, good. But then how are we going to deal with it? Are we going to become proud, and which will end up in us becoming a little confused or even hurting in some ways? Or are we really, really from the heart going to be able to attribute it to the mercy of the Lord really and truly, and not, a little later again start thinking, well, I'm very good, just see what I did. Because we are prone to be sort of thick-headed or something like that, a bit foolish, and after many lifetimes in this material world, we have so many habits in terms of attitudes and ways of seeing things and dealing with things. So we may have to go through, in fact, I would say we generally have to go through a number or even many of the same type of experience in order to really become fixed in the true understanding that our success is by the grace of Krishna. And it's, basically it's more like despite us, there was success. Thank you, Krishna. But we may have to go through a number of experiences of like wake-up calls. Shri Radhanath Shri Giri Govardhan Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Ki Jai. Right. So anyway, that's something about success. But when it comes to difficulty, challenges, it's the same thing, meaning, at least for a committed devotee, for those who are actually not devotees, just your typical person who's wandering in the streets of Durban right now and, involved in something just material, then this doesn't apply. I mean, the point that it's Krishna's mercy to wake him up, it doesn't apply, at least not so much, if at all. But for the devotees, the committed devotees, it really applies. And it's sort of the sum and substance of the situation, that when difficulty comes, some challenge comes, that it came from Krishna. And Krishna is not a vindictive person, a nasty person who just let him suffer, that sort of person. No, it's all part of Krishna looking over us and watching us and thinking about us in depth, and particularly thinking, how can I help this person to actually progress in Krishna consciousness? And how can I help this person become a better devotee and a happier devotee? And ultimately a pure devotee, someone who Krishna may think, someone who I will be happy to take them back to Godhead, back to Goloka Vrindavan, because I just want to have their association, just like on a permanent, ongoing basis. He's thinking like that. But because we're so conditioned in so many ways and so many bad habits in terms of attitudes and understandings, so we have to go through. I'm sure you've heard about the school of hard knocks. You heard of that one? Darshana, you didn't hear of that one? You'll be finding out sooner or later. Anyway, excuse me. But it's true. Yeah, the school of hard knocks. I mean, not that it's all hard knocks, but there are definitely some challenges coming, and then something else challenge coming. And it's actually Krishna trying to help us to get out of those bad habits and bad attitudes, and helping us to sincerely develop the good habits. Like I mentioned about dealing with success, that it's not me, it's Krishna, it's just Krishna's mercy. And I was able to not get in the way too much. Yeah, and therefore the mercy flowed to me and through me. Right, and Srila Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj, he used to come here. I'm sure a number of you remember him. Some of you might even be initiated by him. So he said, kind of a little bit famous saying of his, when I see a test coming, I think, here comes Krishna in the form of the test. Some difficulty, some challenge, some obstacle. Here comes Krishna. And not just like, oh no, oh no, I'm going to be in anxiety again. Oh, Krishna, why do you do this to me? Not like that, but here comes Krishna. In the form of the test, I must meet the test, meet Krishna in as much of the right attitude as I can. Right. So, His Holiness Kadamba Kanana Maharaj, I'm sure we all remember him. What a wonderful devotee. He told one story which I really appreciated, and I really appreciate, about this sort of situation. Krishna's mercy coming even in the form of some apparent difficulty, or may actually be some difficulty in one sense. But later on we see, oh, that was Krishna's mercy. So you may have heard this story, but there was a king, and that king had a minister, and they were close. They were always together. And the king, he would go out hunting from time to time. It is, or it was at least, the practice for the warriors. Because you don't want to just go start beating up on people. But, some of these wild animals, they're deadly dangerous. So they would go out and sort of pick a fight with a lion or a tiger, something like that. So this is what happened with the king. He would go out like that from time to time. And the minister was with him. So one day, the king was there, and there's some animal, whatever it may be, and he took his bow and arrow, and he's about to fire the arrow at the animal, and somehow he slipped, and the arrow sort of jumped off his bow and cut the top of one of his fingers. I mean, not the whole finger, but definitely something got cut off. And the king was like, wow, look at this, he said to the minister. This is terrible. Look at this. And the minister said, take a guess, no, it's Krishna's mercy. And the king said, what do you mean it's Krishna's mercy? Look at this. I've lost a bit of my finger. That's not Krishna's mercy. And so it became, a bit back and forth. Krishna's mercy. No, it's not. And the king became so angry with the minister that he had him arrested and locked up. Yeah. So now the minister's locked up, and the king, his finger sort of, anyway, a bit of it was lost, but it sort of healed up at least. So he went out hunting again. And so now he's out hunting again, but the minister's not there. And he got lost. He got lost. And he got arrested by some, what would you say, sort of maybe like tribal type people, not cultured people, but kind of wild people. He got arrested. And he told them, listen, I'm the king, you can't arrest me. And they said, too late, you're already arrested. And he said, they said, you're the king, we'll give you a special honor. The special honor will be, we will make a human sacrifice of you to Mother Bhadrakali. What an honor, isn't that nice? And the king, of course, he was very upset about that. So anyway, they held him in some sort of, locked up for a couple of days, and now the time came for the human sacrifice. And the chief priest came, and he said, In order to sacrifice you, or to sacrifice anything, whatever's going to be sacrificed has to be completely pure. So I'm going to inspect you and see if you are pure enough to have this honor of being sacrificed to Bhadrakali. And so now he's checking out, he's looking at this and that, looking at the body of the king, and he noticed, hey, what happened to your finger? Your part of your finger's missing. Oh no, your body is not pure. We cannot sacrifice you. Oh, I'm so sorry. And they just let the king go. And the king of course was thinking, wow, sure. And he thought, just see, it was Krishna's mercy. And he went back and he released the minister out of jail, and he apologized. You were right. This, I couldn't see it like that, but really, it was Krishna's mercy. And the minister said, and the king apologized, I had you locked up. That's terrible. Terrible. Please forgive me. But you know what the minister said? It wasn't terrible. It was Krishna's mercy. And the king was saying, no, it wasn't. It was just my, offensiveness and stupidity. And the minister said, no, it was definitely Krishna's mercy, because if I was not locked up, I would have been out there in the forest with you. And I would have been caught by these people. And my body is whole. They would have sacrificed me. So it was Krishna's mercy that you locked me up. You get the idea. So, yeah, mercy sometimes comes in unexpected packages. But Kadamba Kannan Maharaj, I heard him tell that story a few times. And it's a good one. And it's true. It's very true. Sometimes these things happen, and what appears to be a problem becomes a blessing. Yeah. So like that. This is the work of Krishna. And if we're thoughtful, and if we pray, and if we really desire to make progress in our Krishna consciousness, and not just be one of these people who has to have success, otherwise we're not happy. And if some challenge comes, we're really not happy. We're not going to make a lot of advancement if we're on that level. We have to be able to deal with success in Krishna conscious ways, but we have to be able to deal with failure or challenge, obstacles, difficulties, and learn to see them as Krishna's arrangement and Krishna's mercy. Because we need, even though we're devotees, I mean, most of you at least I basically know, and you're devotees, but we've still got a way to go. None of us are there yet. We've got a way to go, and we need some, as they say in Chatsworth, some tuning. We need to get tuned. Yeah, it's true. So that we become able, not exactly just, even we use this idea or this term, go back to Godhead. I want to go back to Godhead, like me. I will go. Watch me. But we want to come to that point where Krishna, having seen how we've been trying and really, trying to do the right things in Krishna consciousness, that Krishna comes to the point of at least, oh, okay then. You want to come back to Godhead? All right then. I'll take you. Because we don't, I know Prabhupada used and Srila Bhaktisiddhanta, the term to go back to Godhead, but in another sense you could say to be taken back to Godhead. It's not like we're going to get in our car and go home and that's just us. We're just doing it. But to go back to Godhead, you got to be taken. You don't just go yourself. Like, here, look at me, I'm going back to Godhead. So we want to become that sort of person who, when Krishna looks at us, at least he thinks, all right, I'll give this one a break. And I'll take this one back. Yeah. And hopefully Krishna may be happy enough to take us back. But in the meantime, between now and then, there's a few steps to be taken. Yeah. And we really have to try to cultivate like a perspective on ourselves, which is not sort of one of these bloated perspectives, depending on our success, apparent success. We have to really cultivate the real perspective, which is one of humility. Just as an example, I took out a few verses here. This is Lord Caitanya speaking to Prakashananda Saraswati. What is it? I think it may be Adi Lila chapter 7. Anyway, what it says is, Prabhu kahe, Shuna Shripad, Ihara Karan, Guru More, Murka Deki, Karila Shasan. It's Lord Chaitanya speaking. And it means, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replied to Prakashananda Saraswati, my dear sir. Well, Lord Chaitanya, there was a meeting of sannyasis, but they were basically, except for Lord Chaitanya, they were Mayavadis, impersonalists. So they're just in another space altogether. And Lord Chaitanya, he took a humble position at the entranceway to the place where the meeting was going to happen. He sat in the place where the visitors would wash their feet. And he was helping them wash their feet. And this Prakashananda Saraswati, he was the leader of the group. In fact, he had 60,000 disciples. He was a very big man in those circles. And he saw Lord Chaitanya sitting there, washing, helping these people, these sannyasis, helping them wash their feet. So he said to Lord Chaitanya, he was assuming that this Chaitanya, he's just one of us. He's another sannyasi, impersonalist. Because Lord Chaitanya was given sannyas by a sort of impersonalist, kind of. So Prakashananda said, what are you doing? What are you doing sitting there washing people's feet? You're a sannyasi. Let some common person wash their feet. Come in and join us sannyasis. And Lord Chaitanya said, my dear sir, kindly hear the reason why I'm doing like this. My spiritual master considered me a fool, and therefore he chastised me. And the following verse, Murka tumi, tomar nahik, Vedanta adhikar, Krishna mantra japa sada, a mantra sar. So my spiritual master told me, you are a fool, he said. You're not qualified to study Vedanta philosophy, and therefore you must always chant the holy name of Krishna. This is the essence of all mantras or Vedic hymns. So I'm just raising the point, of course, of humility and the need for us to cultivate it, and not cultivate it in the sense of, sometimes when people want to learn something, they just repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat that I'm the most fallen, I'm the most fallen, I'm the most fallen, I'm the most fallen, I'm the most fallen. And you carry on for a couple of hours. And at the end, the idea is that you'll actually think, wow, I am the most fallen. But it doesn't really work. It doesn't really work. When I was young, I was like 14 or 15, I used to read books, sort of devour books. And one book I read was Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People. Some of you may have read it or at least heard of it. It was very popular many years ago. So he said, if you've got like an inferiority complex, that sort of thing, then I've got a program for you. He said, what you do, you sit in front of the mirror for 20 minutes, twice a day, and you look at your face in the mirror. This is now someone who's got an inferiority complex. They think, I'm useless, like that. And you look at your image in the mirror and you say to yourself, you are great. You are really cool. You are just one of the best. And you do this for 20 minutes twice a day. Seriously. I don't advise you to read the book, but you could look it up because, I definitely read it. And after 20 minutes twice a day, then you should come out actually feeling, yes, I'm great, and no more inferiority complex. But the problem with that is you are probably not great. And sooner or later, you'll find yourself in a situation in which your lack of greatness will be shown very vividly. And you'll be embarrassed terribly, and then you'll go back to your inferiority complex. You get the idea? So it's just sort of brainwashing or something like that. It's stupid. Yeah. So we need to develop humility, but not some artificial humility which just isn't really true. We need to see who and what we are. And if we really see that, then we will, in the most natural way, feel, yes, what am I? I am really not great. I'm really stupid. I am, it is my stupidity which has got me into this material world. And because of that, I get into difficulty and I suffer in so many ways. Yes. So in that regard, I have one. This is from the Adi Leela chapter 5. If you want to look these things up in your Caitanya Charitamrita. Chapter 5, Adi Leela, verse 205, and I'll read a few verses. So this is the author, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, speaking, and he says, Jagai Made Haite Muni Se Papishta Puri Shera Kita Haite Muni Se Lagishta. And translation, I am more sinful than Jagai and Madai, and even lower than the worms in stool. Now this is very extreme, isn't it? It's very extreme. But it's not just, that he's just saying it to give some appearance of humility. He actually feels like that. But then he continues, and it's very nice. I'll just read the translation of the next one. Anyone who hears my name loses the results of his pious activities. Anyone who utters my name becomes sinful. Who in this world but Nityananda could show his mercy to such an abominable person as me? And the next verse, it's very nice. I'll read the Bengali. Prema Mata Nityananda Kripa Avatar Uttama Adama Kichu Nakare Vichar. Because he is intoxicated by ecstatic love and is an incarnation of mercy, he does not distinguish between the good and the bad, and therefore he took me, he helped me, he intervened. And the next verse, he delivers all those who fall down before him, means like dandavats before him. Therefore he has delivered such a sinful and fallen person as me. So we should also try to cultivate, something to do with this sort of attitude. We should understand, in regards to our success, that it's only by the mercy of the Lord that I'm successful. That has to be there. And despite my disqualifications, we should actually pray. Sometimes I encourage some devotees to pray that, my Lord, I know I'm a fool, but the problem is I'm such a fool, I can't see what a fool I am completely. So, please, my dear Lord, please don't crush me because, I can only take so much. But please start showing me more clearly what I really am, to get me out of this sort of hallucination that I'm prone to get into, of being something special, etc. Yeah. So, and if we do like that, then he'll be kind to us. Now, I've mentioned before, some of you might remember how when I was very new living in the temple in London, I'd been living there for a couple of months. There was a group of us, the new boys, who had moved into the temple in sort of the last 6 months or so. And we would meet every couple of days, every few days, and just discuss how we're doing, what's happening. So one day we discussed that, this humility, it's very important, we should cultivate it. And maybe we should pray to the Lord, please show me more clearly what I am so I become, in a real way, humble, because you've got to have something to be humble about you. Otherwise, how are you going to become humble unless you just sort of brainwash yourself? So we're all praying like that for a couple of days. A few days later, we all gathered again. How's it going? And one boy, he came and said, I was praying like that, and Krishna showed me so many things that were wrong with me. I couldn't take it. So I said, okay, Krishna, thank you. That'll do. You can relax now. You don't need to show me more. Yes. but it's good to pray to the Lord, at least from time to time. Please help me to develop natural and real humility, because I know this is just such an essential part of becoming a proper devotee. Yeah, like that. Because the Lord, the Lord, He is such a character sometimes. Gee whiz. Here's one little story. I'll close with this little story. It's from Caitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila, chapter 10. I forget which verses, but if you want to look it up, you can. Madhya Lila, chapter 10. There's this one devotee, Lord Chaitanya's in Jagannath Puri, and this one devotee who is senior actually in age and in terms of how long initiated. He's senior to Lord Caitanya in those terms. His name was Brahmananda Bharati. Actually, he had been an impersonalist, a Mayavadi, but now he's a devotee. He's definitely a devotee. But, sometimes some things sort of hang on. So he had this practice, which was from his impersonal days, of wearing a deer skin. Wearing a deer skin. So one day, Mukunda Dutt, another great associate of Lord Caitanya, he told Lord Caitanya, Brahmananda Bharati is coming to see you. Shall I bring him here? And Lord Caitanya said, oh, Brahmananda Bharati is like my spiritual master. Actually, he was a godbrother of as far as I remember, of Ishvarapuri, who was the spiritual master of Lord Caitanya. So Lord Caitanya said, well, no, it's better that I go to him. So like this they went, Lord Caitanya and a couple of other devotees, they went into the presence of Brahmananda Bharati. And Lord Caitanya saw he's got a deer skin on, which is, in case any of you have been thinking like this, it's not a Vaishnava practice. We don't wear such things, okay? So when Lord Caitanya saw Brahmananda Bharati has this deer skin on, Lord Caitanya was not happy. In fact, it says he became very unhappy. And Mukunda Dutt said, here is Brahmananda Bharati in your presence. And Lord Caitanya said, you are incorrect. This is not Brahmananda Bharati. It was, physically. Yeah. You must be talking of someone else, because this is surely not Brahmananda Bharati. You simply have no knowledge. Why would Brahmananda Bharati wear a deer skin? And Brahmananda Bharati is right there. But Lord Caitanya is saying, no, he's not. Because if he was, he wouldn't be wearing a deer skin. This is strategic preaching. And Brahmananda Bharati immediately thought, oh, my deer skin is not appreciated, not approved by Lord Caitanya. So then he decided, Brahmananda Bharati, from today on, I won't wear this deer skin. And then he started wearing the regular robes of a sannyasi. And as soon, Caitanya Charitamrita says, as soon as Brahmananda Bharati gave up his deer skin and covered himself with sannyasi robes, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and offered his respects at his lotus feet. He actually bowed down to him. Isn't it interesting? And Brahmananda Bharati said, you instruct the general populace by your behavior. I will not do anything against your wishes. Otherwise you'll not offer me respects, you'll neglect me. I'm afraid of this. So anyway, there you go, devotees. There's some thoughts on the subject. Some food for thought. Please think about it. And we can have more. We could even have a seminar on the subject. But at least we can have more, classes and give some more food for thought on this very important subject. So it's all in the context of how to be happy no matter what happens. Yeah, how to be happy. Even when you're disrespected. Yeah. And it may happen, someone may come and say, oh, you're just a nonsense, you're like this and that, and what do you think you are? And then you'll be able to, and sincerely from the heart, say, look, I'm actually a lot worse than what you're saying. You don't even know how bad I am. You're practically praising me. And that will, will tend to silence those critics, actually. But if you start saying, no, I'm okay. I do all this service, etc. It's not really what's going to work. Now, we've got no time as usual. I am expert in going over time. Sorry about that, but I can answer a question. I'll try. Why does happiness just last for a short while and then it's back to miseries? Because what you're calling happiness is material happiness. That's what it is. A kind of very gross example, but it illustrates the principle, is if someone is into smoking cigarettes, then, they get sort of picked up a bit momentarily, and then it's gone. Am I right? I'm not an expert on the subject, and I don't want to become one, but this is what we hear. And they have to smoke another one because they come down and they're feeling sort of disturbed, having felt a bit of a boost. Yeah. So, but spiritual happiness, Krishna conscious happiness, it doesn't work like that. If we chant nicely, then we'll just be constantly happy. And if we keep chanting nicely and being engaged in devotional service, we will just be constantly happy. and it's not going to sort of tail off. So here, look, last one. Why is there a fear of death? Excuse me. Because we are eternal, and deep within us, so deep it's kind of covered over, at least from a very clear perception, but it's definitely there, and we have some consciousness of it. We're eternal. And we know that death is something completely foreign. So that's why we have a fear of death. But as you become convinced more and more about how you are eternal, then the prospect of death becomes less fearful, and it becomes kind of more or less like another challenge. It's going to be there. It's going to be there. But it's not like a disaster. What on earth's going to happen? It's going to be a test. It'll be a challenge. But, we're going to have to try and meet it in Krishna conscious ways. So, what to do? Must try and do our best. Did the Pandavas win the war at the Battle of Kurukshetra? Yes. That's the good news. They won. Our heroes won by the mercy of Krishna. If it hadn't been for that, wow, they really didn't have a chance. Why can we not pluck Tulsi Devi like leaves on a Ekadasi or on a Sunday? Well, as I understand, and maybe Swarup Damodar Prabhu or someone can correct me, it's on Dwadasi, isn't it? It's on Dwadasi specifically, not on Ekadasi or Sunday. And Prabhupada was asked this, a famous exchange with Srila Prabhupada. It asked this exact question that in Hari Bhakti Vilas Sanatana Goswami says, we cannot pick Tulsi leaves or any part of Tulsi on Dwadasi. Why? Sounds like a reasonable question. And Prabhupada gave a very transcendental answer. You got the question right? Why did Sanatana Goswami say, we can't do that? Prabhupada answered, we cannot do it because Sanatana Goswami said so. Haribol. It's one of those situations. Okay, I think that's it for the time being. Now we'll have Arati. Oh, okay, sorry. Shri Radha Radhanath Shri Giri Govardhan Shri Caitanya Mahaprabhu Ki Jai. Yes, we'll have a couple of announcements. Go ahead, please.
Hare Krishna. Thank you to His Holiness Bhakti Caitanya Swami for that very interesting and relevant class. We do have a few announcements, so please bear with me. Save the date, the Women's Forum will be hosting a yoga and mantra sangha with prasadam on Saturday, the 20th of June at 2 p.m. If you are interested in joining this event, please see the temple social media channels. Today's love feast was lovingly prepared by the devotees of the devotee care team and the deity department, headed by Her Grace Yamunangi Mataji and the rest of the team. The devotees would like to sincerely thank all the sponsors for their kind contributions and all the devotees who assisted in making the feast possible. A special thank you goes out to the Rambaram family for their generous contribution in loving memory of their late father, Lal Rambaram. I do believe that there's a few family members present, so if I could please ask Sudesh and Gauri Rambaram, if they are here, to please come to the front and receive a small gift from Maharaj. We also have 4 gift packs that we would like to give away to someone that is joining us for the first time. So if you are joining us for the first time or second time, please don't feel shy and please come up to collect a gift from Maharaj. We will now go into Aarti and Kirtan. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So we'll make an arrangement for that family who didn't get a Bhagavad Gita. Somebody can get one from the book shelf and give it to them.
Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Vishnaya Bhutane Shrimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauramani Brahmanine Niveshesha Shunyavani Pashyacharya Shatanine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasani Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jai 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 Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada.
Prajakcharis Tadasusamad, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada Ki, ISKCON's founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki, Anantakoti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki, Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki, Prem Se Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki, Shishi Radha Krishna Gopinath Sham Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan Ke, Shri Vrindavan Dham Ke, Shri Mayapur Dham Ke, Shri Jagannath Puri Dham Ke, Shishi Radha Radhanath Ke, Shri Giri Govardhan Ke, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Ke, Srila Prabhupada Ke, Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ke, Go Premanande. All glories to the Desamal devotees, all glories to the Desamal devotees, all glories to the Desamal devotees, all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Namaste Narasingaya. Pralada Lada Dayane Hiranyakashipu Bhaksha Silatam Kanakalaya Tonra Singha Para Tonra Singha Yato Yato Yamita Tonra Singha Baheni Singarita Nrasinga Narasingha Madim Sharanam Prapadye Tavakara Kamalavare Nakamat Bhutasringam Dalita Hiranyakashipo Tanupringam Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Nrsingadev, Jai Nrsingadev, Nrsingadev, Jai Nrsingadev. Jai Prahlad Maharaj, Jai Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Jai Prahlad Maharaj. Jai Jai Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jai Jai Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Shri Nrsingadev Bhagavan ke, Shri Prahlad Maharaj ke, Srila Prabhupada ke, Go Premanande, Haribol, 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 Haribol.
Hare Krishna. Before the Vaishnavas leave, just one, I need your attention. So it's one of our devotees, the first disciple of His Holiness Kanamakanna Swami Maharaj, is in hospital. It's very critical. So we told his mom that we'll ask the Vaishnavas to offer prayer. So his name is Ranchor Prabhu. So everybody can raise your hands and let us chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Ranchor Prabhu ki jai, His Holiness Kadambakananda Swami Maharaj ki, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Premanande, Hare Hare Bol. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
गोवर्धनधरं वन्दे गोपालं गोपरूपिणं गोकुलोत्सवमीशानं गोविन्दा गोपिका प्रियं वन्दे नवघनश्यामम् व्रज प्रसिद्धं नवनीतचोरं गोपाङ्गनानां च गोकुलचोरं व्रज प्रसिद्धं नवनीतचोरं गोपाङ्गना अनेक जन्मार्जित पाप चोरम चोराग्रगण्यं पुरुषं नमामि अनेक जन्मार्जित पाप चोरम चोराग्रगण्यं पुरुषं नमामि श्रीराधिकाया हृदयस्य चोरं नवाम्बुदश्यामलकान्तिचोरम् पदाश्रितानां च समस्तचोरं चोराग्रगण्यं पुरुषं नमामि चोराग्रगण्यं पुरुषं नमामि चोराग्रगण्यं पुरुषं नमामि ये चोराग्रगण्यं पुरुषं नमामि चोराग्रगण्यं पुरुषं नमामि अकिञ्चनीकृत्य पदाश्रितं यः करोति भिक्षं पतिगेहैनम् केनाप्यभिशन चोरे दृक् दृष्टश्रुतो वा न जगत्त्रयेऽपि दृष्टश्रुतो वा न जगत्त्रये यदि अनामपि हरत्यशेषं गिरिप्रसारानपि पापराशि गिरिप्रसारानपि पापरा आश्चर्यरूपो ननु चोरे दृक् दृष्टश्रुतो वा न मया कदापि चोराग्रगण्यं पुरुषं नमामि चोराग्रगण्यं पुरुषं नमामि पुरुषं नमामि चोराग्रगण्यं जे चोराग्रगण्यं पुरुषं नमामि चोराग्रगण्यं पुरुषं नमामि धनं च मानं च ततेन्द्रियाणि प्राणांश्च हित्वा मम सर्वमेव पलायसे कुत्र धृतोऽध्यचोर त्वं भक्तिदाम्नासि मया निरोधः क्षीणत्सि घोरं यं पाशबन्धं भिनत्सि भीमं भव पाशबन्धं घोरं यं पाशबन्धं भिनत्सि भीमं भव जे क्षीणत्सि सर्वस्य समासबन्धं नैवात्मनो भक्तकृतं तु बन्धम् समस्तबन्धं नैवात्मनो भक्तकृतं तु बन्धं चौराग्रगण्यं पुरुषं नमामि चौराग्रगण्यं पुरुषं नमामि जे चौराग्रगण्यं पुरुषं नमामि चौराग्रगण्यं पुरुषं नमामि मनमानसे तामस राशि घोरे करागृहे दुःखमय निबध लाभस्वहे चोर हरे चिराय स्वचौर्य दोषोचितम् एव दन्दम् करागृहे वस सदा हृदय मदीये मद्भक्ति पाशदृधा बन्धनं शलस त्वां कृष्णे प्रलयकोटि शतान्तरेऽपि सर्वस्य चोर हृदयानि मोचयामि शतान्तरेऽपि सर्वस्य चोर हृदयानि मोक्षय व्रज प्रसीदं नवनीतचोरं गोपाङ्गनानां च दुकुलचोरम् जय अनेक जन्मार्जित पाप चोरं चोराग्रगण्यं पुरुषं नमामि नमामि हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे गौर हरिवा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Radhanath Radha Radhanath Radha Radhanath Shri Radhe. Jai Radhe Jai Radhe Jai Radhe Jai Shri Radhe. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Jaya Neta Gaura Hariva Hariva Maribo Neta Gaura Hariva. Jaya Neta Gaura Hariva Hariva Maribo Neta Gaura Hariva. जय श्री श्री राधा राधानाथ के श्रीमती राधा रानी महारानी की जय. श्री पुरुषोत्तम भगवान की जय. श्री पुरुषोत्तम मास की जय. जगत गुरु श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय. श्री निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे जगत गुरु श्रीला प्रभुपाद के. सेवियर ऑफ द होल वर्ल्ड श्रीला प्रभुपाद की. गौर प्रेमानंदे हरिवा. जय प्रभुपाद.